Blog Talk Radio, the world's largest online radio network.
And hello and welcome to the Soap Series. I'm your host, Doug, and tonight I have Mrs. Edward Scissorhands joining me. Pam, how are you, Pam? I hear you had
wondering what you were going to call me tonight.
Well, I know you fell on some scissors, so tell us about that before we bring Melody on. What happened?
I went to go hand them to my daughter, and my knee gave out at the same time, and I went down and just caught it right, and the point went right underneath my thumb where the joint is. And I took it out, and blood was squirting everywhere, and it almost went through to the other side, but it missed the bone. The only thing we're worried about is nerve damage. So I got a couple stitches and all the good stuff. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was our first time we ever canceled a show, but I just didn't want you to be didn't want you to miss out on the chance, so we rescheduled her. Anyway, this has been 7 months in the making, and we have the beautiful, talented, amazing Melody with us tonight. Welcome, Melody.
Hi, guys. Thank you.
How are you?
Oh, just fine. Puttering around. We're dark this week, so it's very nice to not have to get up early and just lounge.
Yeah. So have you been
dressed?
seeing your twins?
You know what? I am in my jammies. Not the jammies I woke up in. I did change my jammies, but they are jammies indeed. How did you know, Pam? That's what we all want to do when we don't have to leave our house, right?
Exactly. Have you spent any time with your twins this week?
Oh, yes. They're both walking. They're both glorious and heavenly. They're coming over to swim tomorrow. We left on 4th of July, and they just love it. They love all these new people doting on them, and especially Charlotte. Oh, boy, trouble ahead.
That's
she
great.
Is a flirt.
Is she a poser for the camera?
Yes, you could say that, and she likes to wave at people, but she's very fussy about who she likes. These kids, the minute she was born, I said, we got to watch out for the girl, because the girl is mischief. Already I can see it on her face. And she's proving me right. But I adore them both.
That is awesome. Yeah, I'm so proud of you with Twitter. You've, from when you joined late last year to now, you've just become a pro at this.
Well, I don't know about that, but I am doing better. I just realized today it's really been a year, a little bit more than a year, I think, that I started tweeting. Yeah. And I'm like 100 followers away to 25,000. And I thought,
that's awesome.
Man, in a year to go from 0 to 25,000, it's very exciting. And it's fun. I love it. I love meeting new people, and I know their lives. I know what they do, and they know everything about me, and it's just crazy. I love it.
Do your eyes roll in your head sometimes when it's going by with so many tweets? I said, do your eyes roll in your head sometimes when the tweets are going by fast?
Well, I just try to type as fast as I can, as I'm determined to respond to everybody. But if you have like 50, 60 coming in at the same time, you're just racing, trying to get up to the top, and then there's always more coming in. And then, of course, I get in Twitter jail a lot because I'm typing too fast, and so they think that it's spam or something. I don't know what they think. So
I think I've seen you there with me a couple times. We've been cellmates.
Yeah. Jailbirds.
Nobody feeds us there, though. It's lonely.
Well, we'll have some fun in there. We can come up with trouble to get into.
But your fans must be. We all want to give you a big love and shout out back to you to tell you thank you for just interacting with us. There's a lot of people who on Twitter, that don't do it or don't have the time to, and you take the time to reach out and respond to your fans, and that's awesome. I mean, that's really what it's for.
It's so much fun, and I never forget the fact that without them all, I wouldn't have a job. Because the whole thing started last year when all that weirdness happened, and so many of you supported me and rallied around me, and they absolutely made all the difference. So I will never forget that.
Yeah. It can be a powerful thing. We had on
I had no idea.
We had Michael Damian on earlier in the year, and we were talking about the power of Twitter, and then and all the people on Twitter have wanted him back, and he got to come back not too long ago for a short arc, and it was
is that
the powers
right?
of
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we wanted him back, and also we've been tweeting a lot about this upcoming storyline about Phyllis paying the price for running over cricket back in the day, and that storyline is coming up to fruition 18 years later.
Yeah.
So I do believe that the people out there, do listen to us fans, whether it be through our shows or our Twitter or Facebook and emails and phone calls. I do believe we have a voice.
It's a great way to know what the fans are thinking about certain storylines, and more so than they used to do these studies, or maybe they would send a fan letter to the office at the studio. It's not the same. When you actually have the tweets right there, it somehow makes it much more powerful information. So I hope that our writers and producers are checking in with that from time to time, because it's invaluable information.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that we could write some great stories. I'm sure you hear lots of stories that they would the fans like to do for Nikki, and I see it on Twitter all the time, all these great ideas. I'm like, God, I hope the writers catch breeze of this, because this is a brilliant idea.
Well, I haven't heard about those. What are the storylines that they want to see?
Just various ones from stuff that's going on currently, or stuff that they should have done, and it's just like how they can bring certain people back. I mean, they're just soap fans, and not only loyal fans, but they're very creative fans.
Yes,
and
very
they come up with. Yes. We will follow you wherever you go, whether it be from soap to soap or wherever you are. We follow the talent wherever they go. Like Eileen's going over to Days of Our Lives, so of course Eileen fans are going to follow her back over to Days and see how she.
But I'm happy for her, but for the sake of our show, what a horrible.
I know. Yeah, I know.
We couldn't agree more.
I mean, all of our mouths were hanging open when we heard the news. We go, what?
Yeah.
I mean, if you had to whittle down our cast to just 10 actors, she would be on that list. I mean, she's very important to the show. So,
exactly.
But on the other hand, we don't know what's in their brains for down the line. Maybe she's going to go do something on B&B and then come back to Y&R and bring some other stories with her. So we don't really know enough to criticize, but I'll just miss her, and I know how much she brings to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think fans are necessarily criticizing. I think it's just that they're going to miss her, too.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so now, poor little Jack Abbott, he's living all alone in that house. All the people are gone. Mamie's gone. Ashley's gone. All the other kids are gone. So there he is.
Nikki's going to have to move in there then.
All alone. Well, could be.
Yeah, could be. But there's
not
always
anything out of me tonight, Douglas.
No. We never do. We never ask that. But we can just tell you what we would like to do. But
our wish list.
It would be nice to wish list. We fans have wish lists for sure. But it would be nice to see Nikki with Jack a little bit longer before running back to the mustache again.
Well, now, we don't know that anything that's going to happen, so I have no comment.
Right. And we don't want you to comment on that.
I really don't know what's going to happen except, well, we've been down this week, and then the next 2 weeks I took a personal vacation, so I won't be going back to work until the 24th, I think, of July. So that's 3 weeks, actually, that I'm not going to be on your screen. So that means that I have no idea what's going to be happening, except I was told when I come back from my vacation that I will be working a whole lot. So I plan for that, and whatever it is, we'll go for it.
Yes,
Bring it.
You have been on fire since you were brought back, and you have just knocked everything out of the ballpark with all the different things that you've been involved with. We've had on almost your whole family on the show. We actually had your ex-husband on. Sean Cannon was Sean Cannon was on. Yeah, he was on a few weeks ago before the Bill Bell book signing that was in L.A. And
right.
And then we had your lovely ex-daughter-in-law, or actually, Victor's new girlfriend, Sharon Case. She was on the show. She was wonderful. So we're making our way through the Newman clan, and we've done really well. I mean, I last talked to you on Novelle's show in January when you were on Buzz's show.
I remember that.
And at that time, I had a different co-host at the time. Her name was Joyce, and we were going to just do a weekly show where fans go and just gather together and show that soap fans mean business, and and just have a place to voice your opinions, whether it be in the chat room or call in and talk about it. Well, then I kind of thought, well, let me see if I can help make some dreams come true, and let me just invite some people and see if it'll work. And my first guest was actually 6 months ago tonight, and it was Tracy Bregman.
Is that right? 6 months.
Yep.
Exactly.
6 months ago, it was Tracy Bregman. She was first, and then the first month we had Michael Damian and Michelle Stafford also. And then all those invites that we got, they started to come back to us, and now we've been booked 4 to 5 nights a week for the last 5 of those 6 months.
And congratulations to you. I mean, it is not easy to get a show like this off the ground, and you have done it seamlessly. It's really amazing. You've done a wonderful job.
I appreciate it, so when I brought it up to when Joyce had to leave, I was like, well, I'd like to have somebody else on the show that knows the ABC and NBC soaps as well, because I grew up I'm a CBS baby.
Right.
So I found Pam, who works really hard to help save the soaps, and she lost 2 of her soaps on ABC earlier in the year and last year, and so we've come together, and we're showing that soaps do matter, and even if we don't make a dent in the genre, we're trying our best to help, save the genre and show that it's important, and give a few minutes to the fans at the end of the show every time to, be able to call in and say thank you to the guest that's on, and it's so neat to learn so much about the guests themselves, because we grow up watching them as the character, and you get to learn about their projects and their life and their, about them, and it's really been more rewarding to us as hosts. We're just as nervous as the people calling in, because we admire you guys, the guests, and
well, now don't be nervous, for pity's sake.
No. We're not with you, because I feel like because we've twatted. I don't know if that's a word. We've tweeted off and on, so I feel like I already know you, and you've paired with all my name changes too.
And they still continue to come in.
I know, a little bipolar out there.
I just saw today the tribute something.
The
tribute series.
Yeah, that's actually our second show.
I got seen that one before till today.
Yeah, that one's our second show. We're going to branch out to prime time and movies and bands and music. So we don't want that with the soap series, so we call it the tribute series, and it debuts next week with Ken Kercheval from who plays Cliff Barnes on Dallas. So he's going to be our first guest, and then we have another guest from Burn Notice, which is on USA. So we want to separate the two.
In fact, I have become quite addicted to all the USA shows, which I never used.
Aren't they great?
My husband turned me onto it. He said, "Mel, you've got to watch this." And in the beginning, I'll sit for 5 minutes and I leave the room, come back. But now I'm totally into it. They really know what they're doing. And that new one, Suits, I just became acquainted with Suits. I think that's a good show. They're all
definitely. And the person that we're having from Burn Notice is Michael Weston's brother, Nate Weston.
Oh, okay.
So his name is Seth Peterson. So he's the one that's going to be on our show on July 23rd.
Fun.
Yeah. So I was flipping to the stations the other day, and I came across the game show channel, and I saw Max Newman, and somebody was on. Somebody was on there.
Everybody from that channel. I'm telling you, you can't get rid of me, because I was such a game show crazed queen. I think I wanted to do every single show that there was, and I did, and I just had such a good time. So, yeah, you probably did. What was it, Pyramid?
Match Game.
Match Game? Yeah, that was fun, too.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I bought the box DVD set, and I love watching reruns. It's just a fun show. It's just a fun show.
Great guests. Very, very funny regulars on that show. I mean, you can imagine backstage before and after the show. I mean, we were just dying laughing because they were all so funny, naturally funny. They were great panelists.
Which game show that you did was your favorite?
Oh, $25,000 Pyramid. No, no question. And gosh, 30-something years ago, when I got my very first publicist, The only thing he said, well, what do you want to do? And the only thing that I told him was, I want to do the pyramid. And he didn't say anything more about it for about a year until he comes to my dressing room one day and he says, guess what? What? He says, remember you told me the one thing you really wanted to do? And at that time, I had completely forgotten. I said, I don't know. What? What did I say? He said, well, you're booked to do it next week, $25,000 pyramid. Oh, my God, I screamed. I was so excited. And thank God
only a week's
I
notice.
Well, so they kept having me back. And so that was kind of like my other show because we did it. I did so many weeks of them. And with Dick Clark, I mean, I don't know if shows like that can survive today. It's just a whole different feeling out there. Dick Clark knew how to put on any kind of show, game show, award show, and he's so missed.
Yeah,
that was definitely my favorite. But I did them all. I'd do them again. They don't seem to be around as much anymore.
No, they're not. Well, Jeopardy's still around. You can go back on there.
Oh, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I could. I have fun with that. And I know that is one thing that everybody gets very nervous about. But it's fun. Oh, am I boring you? Are you sighing?
No, it wasn't me.
That wasn't me either. Who the heck was that?
Oh, unless somebody got put on live without. Is there somebody listening?
No.
I was actually looking for the tweet. There was a tweet question, and I can't find the person's name offhand because, like I said, my internet went out. Somebody wanted to know how you gotten your Lucy fandom that you are in, that your Lucille Ball, I Love Lucy. What started you becoming a fan of that? I'm trying to find her name from you.
Pretty much like everybody, I think. I started watching it. When was I born? I was born in 56, so I probably started watching in 58. So it became a part of my upbringing as far as I was concerned. I lived for that show. I lived for the show to come on every week because my real life was not so hot, so I kind of dove into the TV to feel comfy and cozy. So Lucy was absolutely one of the first shows that kept me going. And it never left me. I'm probably worse now than I was then. I can watch it all day long. I've seen every episode a million times. I know the dialogue. I know blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
And then
she does.
In 2001, I was asked to be a founding board member for the Lucille Ball Designer Center in Jamestown, New York, which is Lucy's hometown. So that was a great pleasure to be a part of that. And I had to resign a couple of years ago over some issues that I didn't agree with. So that was a sad situation, but I'm hoping someday they get their infrastructure more on the mark. I would love to go back. But, yeah, Lucy is part of me. That's how I understand YNR fans when they respond to me. I always remember, okay, now let's pretend that it's I Love Lucy characters coming to me. And so now I get it, because in the beginning I thought, why is this so excited? And, daytime fans are so much more, they're there in your face. You're going to talk to them. They want to tell you everything, much more than a nighttime show fan or a feature film fan. It's a different level of fandom that you can't find anywhere else outside the soap arena.
Yeah.
You played in a lot of other sitcoms, too. I'm sorry, Doug. And I was just wondering, because a lot of them had you come on as your YNR character, Nikki Newman. Did you think to yourself, why? Can't I play another one? Or was it okay?
No, it was okay. I mean, we knew that was the deal going into it, obviously. We did several shows where we appeared as ourselves, and that was just part of the program. It was somehow related to YNR, whatever episode they were doing. And that was always fun. I'll never forget Fran Drescher. Fran is a huge YNR fan, and her parents are huge fans. And we did, they came to our studio to do a guest thing on The Nanny, and oh my goodness, I mean, she just was beside herself. She was so excited seeing all of our people. So it's fun.
I love her too. Do you watch her new series at all?
Every now and then. I haven't really gotten down to it. I should start recording it, but I just think she's terrific. I still watch The Nanny. What am I saying? My TV habits are way, decades ago.
Yeah. Thank God for
Andy
Nick
Griffith,
at night.
And, it's so sad to hear about his passing. But he's very much a part of the fabric of my childhood, along with Lucy and Dick Van Dyke and, all those shows that were just classic. And they don't make them like that anymore, I don't think.
No, they don't. When I first started watching Young and the Restless, it was about 30 years ago, and it was when you were being, or I would say you as if you are the person, Nikki was being stalked by Edward. He had a crazy mom, and he had a bomb. And
the mom was in an urn on the fireplace.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I remember there was something crazy about that, and he would, he had to carry around a bomb, and and I just remember one scene. You were tanning on the roof of. I'm not sure. You were in a building on the roof, and he was across the way, and he was stalking you from afar, and that was like my very earliest memory. I was trying to think of something else because we have Kate Linder coming on next week, and another one of my early memories is of Catherine and Esther. And there was a tarantula in a tray at and she was playing a joke on Jill, or Jill was playing a joke on her. And this was back in like early 80s. So I'm just trying to remember, it's really early 80s when I started watching. And of course we all remember the Bayou. How can we not?
Oh yeah.
So that gives you a little time frame how long I've watched. But my mom had me watching. My grandma had me watching. Before then, of course. But I can't remember back then. And Pam, how long have you been watching Young and the Restless? I forgot.
I don't even know. It's on and off for a lot of years because, as you said, I started out with ABC, and then I slowly but surely worked my way through the channels and picked up Y&R and BBC.
Whatever network, don't you, Pam? You know enough. You can talk any show.
Probably
only 4 left, but even when there was many more than that, you knew everything.
Well, I didn't know Another World or As the World Turns or Guiding Light. I didn't watch those. But definitely Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, Days, and then the 3 ABC shows.
Well, you picked a good host, Douglas.
Yeah.
A good co-host,
yes.
I should say.
Yeah, we definitely, she definitely helps out, because the guest that we had last night was Eileen Kristen from One Life to Live. And
I was struggling with my computer because I wanted to hear it. I wanted to hear it live, and I'm telling you, for the life of me, I could not get it working. So I'm going to have to go on and listen to it another time because I wanted to hear it.
Well, actually, because of our accident, of Pam's accident, we actually rescheduled, so we're going to be live next Tuesday instead.
Oh, really? I'm writing that down.
So you didn't miss it. And because I didn't grow up on the ABC shows, I mean, I can do my research and stuff, but Pam's really helps me a lot with the actual interview itself, because it's hard to connect with someone when I don't know the character. I just started watching General Hospital about 6 months ago, so I'm pretty familiar with everybody that's on that currently. So that's why I just went ahead and rescheduled it, because I wanted to make sure that she was able to be part of the show, and her incident was a little bit more important than our show. So, but
cool.
she's here tonight though, so that's good. I'm glad you're back, Pam. We missed you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that.
Thank you. Yeah, well, the funny part is I had put scissors through my toe about 5 years ago.
Are you kidding?
So I'm not kidding. So I'm never, ever going to have scissors again.
No, you are not allowed. No scissors for Pam.
Really, you have to get the kindergarten ones that have the rounded edges on them.
Yeah.
I know, it has to be, really, because I had the meat cutting ones where you can cut through the bones of chickens and stuff like that. And I was arguing with my daughter, and this time I wasn't arguing with her, but the other time I was arguing, and just, I went to I talked with my hands, and the scissors fell and went through my toe, and I didn't even realize it until I looked down to see where the scissors went, and there they were.
Oh my goodness!
You are a caution.
That is funny. Good grief.
Oh my gosh!
So I don't know if you're current on watching the live shows, but I must say, Doug Davidson has rocked it out with this storyline.
He's amazing. He's always
unbelievable.
a wonderful actor, but this is such a great story for him to showcase his talent. He's just wonderful.
Yeah, so there better be an Emmy nomination next week or next year for him for sure, because this is just has
strange
been
things
riveting.
happen in that bizarre land. So, you know, of course, he deserves it. I certainly hope so, but you just never know. And you can't take it personally if you're not, because there's so many areas of monkey business that can happen. It's just, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, now, is there anybody on Y&R that you haven't worked with that you want to work with?
I don't think so. I'm often asked that.
Yeah. I'm trying to picture in my head as you're talking, like, who has she not worked with?
Right. Really nobody that I can think of.
Yeah.
So,
Nikki gets around.
I get around. I need someone new. You know what I would love is to have John Enos come back as Barbie Marcino, because we had great chemistry and we had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah,
so
he was a lot of fun.
But I do tweet it often. I want Bobby back.
Yes. Actually, that's ironic that you bring John up. When I lived in Los Angeles in 2004, I was working at a place called Melrose Mac on Melrose Avenue, and it was an Apple store that catered to the entertainment industry. So you get your iPods and MacBooks and all that kind of stuff, your Apple products there at a discounted rate and all this stuff. And one day I was in the office, and I looked down, and I saw John down there, and I was like, and at the time he was on the show. He was involved with Brittany at the time. And I was like, oh, my God, that's Bobby Marcino. So I, of course, professionally, I went down there and, asked him if he needed anything. And I was like, oh, hey, did the whole, you're on Young and Restless. And I just said I was a big fan of the show. I've been watching for X amount of years. And we got to talking a little bit, and he said, why don't you come down to the CBS studio, because it's just right down the street.
So
and I got to come,
cool.
And I got to see I saw Crimson. An intern brought me in. He was busy filming, but an intern took me on a quick tour. I got to see the athletic club and Crimson Lights, and there was a jail cell set up at the time because Bobby was in jail, and Brittany was dressed up as a man. The girl that plays Brittany was dressed up as a man, and I got to see hair and makeup, and I got to see wardrobe. And it was really quick. It was quick, but it was like a dream come true. And I mean, it was amazing because fans don't realize that when you see it on TV, Catherine Chancellor's house looks gigantic. And
right.
When you go in there, and it's
bigger on TV, including our bodies. Tiny. Unfortunately, I know everybody says that it's so small.
So that was and then later that year, I was able to go to the fan event. So it must have been 2005, and I met you there. And then when you came to Indiana to the racetrack here that we have here.
Right.
I got to meet you a few years after that as well. So hopefully there will be a fan event next year, and Pam and I will be there because we're definitely want to be able to
experience that. Is Y&R having theirs in August this year? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
The last I asked, I was told that they hadn't decided yet, and so I don't know.
Yeah, well, whenever there's the next one, and pray to God there is, where we want to, definitely be there to come meet you guys. We've talked to so many of you on the phone who can't wait to actually, meet you in person as well.
Yeah.
And then every fan event's different because there's different cast members on. So this time when I come, there'll be different people. And I must say, there's been losing Peter Porte, who played Ricky Williams, is a big loss because I think he is a brilliant actor. Oh my gosh, he did Crazy great.
Yep,
and,
I know it.
And it's
true. You just
don't
know what's going on in the writer's mind, so.
Yeah, you don't. And I really personally wanted him to be a longevity character, not like his mom and his crazy Aunt Patty.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted him to, have longevity and get involved and stay around for a while. But he delivered what he was given, and very excited about that. So when you got the script and saw that Sharon and Victor were going to get together, what was your initial reaction? What did you think? Did you think, oh, gosh?
I'm so used to just being aware of we don't know what's in their head. Just on the surface, it was a crazy, bizarre thing, and I couldn't believe it. But then I had to remember, we don't know where this is going. This might be the beginning of some other story, much bigger. Yes, it's not anything that I haven't heard of one person who really likes it. And maybe that's intentional. Maybe the writers want the fans, to be unhappy with this so that when it moves into where it's moving, it sets it up better. Who knows? I don't know. That's just how I, deal with this. And I'm usually right, actually. They're not going to tell you the whole thing at once. They want to draw it out. So we shall see. Ask me that in another 6 months.
All right.
Well, when we get up to.
Yeah, it's interesting. And one thing about Twitter, before you emailed each other or you called each other, but now it's like instantly. There's so many people that tweet live during Young and Restless, and they put the little hashtag there. So when you look up the hashtag, you can just read so many comments, whether it be bad or good. And this storyline is definitely, of the 30 years I've watched, this is the most hate mail per se.
The thing that I like about it, though, is that it puts Sharon and Nikki in a lot of adversarial scenes where we get to fight and scream at each other, and of course we both
and that's fun.
So
that's our favorite.
Doesn't even require alcohol. We just hate each other naturally, and so we can have a fist fight any old time.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask you about your one charity. I know it's going off topic, but I wanted to know if you were still involved with that, Save the Earth.
They're kind of not. Well, I shouldn't say that. They are still active, but I haven't. There hasn't been anything for me to sink my teeth into lately. But yes, I will always be a part of that foundation. So whenever they want me to do something, I do it. But it's been a while. They're working on other projects right now, but because
with things that are going on in our world today, I think it's a great foundation.
Well, and Neil, the founder of it, he was so ahead of his time because he copyrighted Save the Earth, I think in the early '60s, and he was trying to get the word out then, but it was too early. People would stare at him and say, "Save the Earth? Save the Earth from what? What are you talking about?" They didn't get it at all. But of course, now today, everybody gets it, and he was right on with that.
Oh, definitely. Just think if people would have listened, 25 years ago.
But they just, it was so beyond their comprehension. They just, what are you talking about?
And going real quick back to Sharon and Nikki, the rolling around in the hay last week or a couple weeks ago, and then you guys being in jail cell together was just diamonds, gemstones. I mean, it was just perfect.
Yeah, it was.
That
and
was
Victor
so much
saying,
fun.
"I'm not letting either of you out."
I loved it. And you guys had to, they had to stay in there overnight and deal with each other. And I just love that because they've never had a perfect relationship,
No.
And now it's even worse because you've, Nikki's walked in several times and seen them in compromising positions, and
there's more coming too. Stay tuned. Yeah.
Well, we can't wait. The weekends are like fun, but it's like I want to get to Monday. I want to know what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, we're going to hush up and let you talk to some of your fans out there because there's a lot of them out there that want to say hey to you. So let's see here. We got David. David, go ahead.
Hi, Melody.
David. Do I know you? David who?
I'm David Silvani from upstate New York.
Oh, okay. Do I tweet with you? To know your name.
I don't think
thanks
so.
For calling in. What's going on? What's on your mind?
I am a fan from when Nikki was working with Rose DeVille.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And that was, I think that's right about when I started watching. So
it was 79 and 80.
79 and 80?
Mm-hmm. Because I started in February of 79, and that was in the very early days. 79, 80, 81, all in there with that story. And it's so great. Darling Conley, my God. So
yeah, what was he like?
Amazing. So, we started her off bold and beautiful, got her, but we had her in the beginning.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable. So you've watched a long time, David. Thank you.
I have. I watched a long time.
What?
Don't be nervous, David.
I'm not. It's just a long time. My other comment I had to you, I was hoping for Nikki to marry Paul a couple years ago.
Yes.
Because it was full circle.
Yes. Yeah, it would have been. I actually thought that was going to happen, too, but what do I know? Obviously, not very much. Yeah, it would be interesting maybe someday.
No.
You never know.
You're dynamite, and I always loved you.
Well, thank you, David. I appreciate it. Keep watching.
I will.
Thank you. Thank you, David.
Thank you for talking to me.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Anthony, you are on with Melody. Go ahead.
Hello.
Are you there?
Hello.
Hello. Yes, I am.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Melody. It's Anthony.
Hi, Anthony.
Hi. I tweet you on Twitter, at Anthony Hollick.
Oh, of course. Okay.
How are you?
I gotcha. I'm just fine. How you doing?
I'm good. I just wanted to ask you a quick question, and it actually goes back to a storyline that not a whole lot of people, talk about anymore, and it was the Joshua Landers storyline in Veronica Landers.
Right.
And just your thoughts about, working with Keith and Candace Daly.
It was great fun. Well, she was such a wonderful actress. And it was a great storyline. I wasn't expecting it. To kind of get swept off her feet by the OBGYN, first of all, that was a little distasteful. I remember begging. I said, please, make him a doctor of anything else. Make him an eye doctor. Make him a surgeon. Anything, but please, not the OBGYN. However, it remained so. But that was a great storyline as it was ending, where she shoots me and I almost die and this whole thing, which, if I recall, got Victor back to Nikki. Is that right?
Yes, I believe so.
Right. I know. It's happened so many times I can't keep track. But, that was a good story. What was it, like 86? Or maybe in the 90s?
90s.
Early 90s.
I think it was, mid-90s.
Yeah. Well, you're a good boy to hang in there. Keep watching.
I will, and thank you for taking my call.
Of course.
I'll talk to you on Twitter.
So tweet me later.
I will.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
Bye-bye. Thanks, Sam.
All right. Up next is Enrique. Enrique, go ahead.
Oh, you're giving me all the guys first, huh?
Yeah, I know.
I like
guess
that.
that's number one fan.
Enrique.
Yeah, hello.
Are you there? Hi, honey. How are you?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Can you guys hear that delay? We'll keep talking.
Yeah.
I don't have. So what's up? What's going on? What do you want to know? I'm all yours.
Oh, well, what do I want to know? Ooh, I don't know a lot. Well, I say that, I first started watching 07. I wanted to see the CBS one. But then, thanks to YouTube and going online, I was able to go till the 80s and the 70s, and Young and the Restless are pretty awesome. So.
Well, thanks. And
let's see. My one storyline that was really crazy was the one where Nikki marries David Chow. How was it working with Vincent Irizarry back then?
It was kind of crazy. That was during a time where we really had lost our captain. Our ship didn't have a captain. We had Lynn Marie Latham, who came in and made so many drastic changes. And I don't think that Nikki would ever have run for senator or any of the nonsense that she did during that time period. It was so not her. She just would not do that. And then the whole thing with the husband, which was kind of interesting. I liked that he turned out to be evil, because the fans love that sort of thing. They love to know something that we don't, and so they're like, "Oh, watch out, Nikki, he's a bad guy." They love, if they find me in the grocery store, they love to tell me. Well, they have to warn me so that I'll kick it in. So I remember a lot of that. A lot of the fans were warning me about him during that time.
And how do you feel about Heather Tom winning the Emmy?
I'm ecstatic. I predicted it. I told her weeks before, and thank goodness I was right, because I saw her clip. I saw everybody's clips. I mean, it was Heather hands down. I mean, they were all wonderful. I mean, she had Erica Slezak and wonderful people in her category, but my God, her work, and it was not very long, just a couple of short scenes, absolutely mesmerizing. I got a hole in my heart, and I started crying, and she just was so wonderful. She always is. So I'm thrilled for her. And I don't know if you know, now that she's won in that category, she has made history in that she has won an Emmy that any female could possibly win. She won for female actress, she won supporting actress, and now she's won lead actress, and nobody else has done that before. So we're very proud.
Yeah, she was a really good Victoria, but I love Amelia as Victoria.
Oh, I adore Amelia, absolutely. She's my little angel.
Yeah, I remember her when she was on All My Children, and then I remember when Heather was on One Life to Live.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's like me. He watches all of them.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you, Enrique.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, talk to you on Twitter.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Yeah, he's a young fan too. He knows so much stuff. He is an excellent resource to go.
Well, he said he started watching when he was 7. So
yeah, so that's dedication right there.
Uh-huh.
All right, we got Tracy 954. Go ahead.
Hi guys. Hi Melody.
Hi. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. I've been a fan since like 1987. My Gigi made me watch it with her.
Oh,
so I mean, awesome. I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
You've been doing like a lot of physical stuff, like with working with Maura West, and the whole Diane murder and everything, and then the fight with Sharon and stuff like that. I thought it was kind of, comical and everything. Did you guys get to put in your own minds, like when Nikki came in with the horse, and Nikki said something like, "Oh, I figured I'd take him for a ride first because I figured that you wouldn't mind that."
That line was scripted.
Oh, that was hilarious.
When we got into the next scenes with the actual fight, we kind of did our own choreography and just kind of did it the way we wanted to do it. So that was terrific to be able to do that. And,
that was hilarious. I love that.
More to come with Sharon and Nikki.
Can't wait. Second thing, where does Nikki live? Because she keeps walking up in the Newman Ranch like she still lives there. I know she moved out, and I know she's not at Catherine's. Where does she live?
She lives at Jack's house.
Okay, so she did move in with Jack. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that was anything we saw on camera, but yeah, it's assumed that she lives there.
Okay. Well, awesome. Thank you for talking. I tweet with you on T_Ann Blair. You're like freaking royalty. I love it.
Well, thank you so much. This is great.
Thank you for taking my call.
Tweet later.
I already tweeted you already.
Oh, okay. I should have had my computer set up here downstairs. Well, we'll chat later, Tracy.
Okay, no problem. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Pam, good luck with your hand.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right, up next is David. This is David from Canada.
Hey, Melody.
Hey,
how's it going tonight?
What's up?
David, not much you?
Same. Not much.
Okay. Not much. I tweet with you quite a bit.
Yeah, what's your last name? How would I know you? What's your Twitter handle?
The last name is Bedford. David Bedford.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I
81.
recognize that name. Yep, I got it. Sorry,
I
interrupted you. Go ahead.
So, anyway, it's a pleasure speaking with you tonight.
Thank you.
It's just a honor. And I had a question and a couple of quick thoughts. I'll get to my thoughts first. I just wanted to say that if Nikki were to have like something to do with like a storyline twist, maybe she could end up being Catherine's daughter instead of Tucker.
No, well, you never know. Certainly, they do have a mother-daughter relationship, so that could happen. That would be really fun.
And yes. Keep going. Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
And my last thought was, I would like to see Nikki in a storyline with Sheila if she hasn't ever had one yet.
Oh, gracious. No, that has not happened. That would be very dangerous territory. Hasn't happened.
And the quick question I had for you was, if you know by chance when the fans will be starting to see the new opening credits for the show.
I have no idea about that. All of you guys seem to know much more than I. Nobody has said.
We don't know ourselves. We've been kind of like waiting for them, but they don't show up yet.
I know nothing about it.
Oh, you know nothing about it.
Therefore, have no idea when they are coming, and nobody ever told me anything about it. So I only know about it from you guys.
And you did film some new credits, right?
I didn't.
Oh.
If other people did, then I guess they did, but I was not aware of that, and I didn't do it.
Oh, all right. Anyway, pleasure. It was a pleasure speaking with you tonight. Thanks for taking my call, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, David.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thanks, David.
Bye.
And up
They're
next is
just
Michelle.
going to use your same picture because you never age, so you didn't need to be there.
Well, my goodness. Thanks.
Here's Hotshot Diva 24. I think that's her handle.
Oh,
Michelle,
yeah.
go ahead.
How are you, honey?
I'm fine, and you?
Good.
Good.
I know. I saw today that you were going to tune in tonight, so that's
I was going to tune in. My question is, we've been hearing a lot about these new opening credits, and we're wondering if you know when they're going to air.
Let me tell you, the other caller just was asking me. No one at our show has come to me and said, hey, Melody, we're doing opening credits. I have not seen any evidence of people doing opening credits. I would imagine it's true, though, because everybody, the Twitter people seem to know everything. I know nothing. I know nothing about it. So, whatever that means.
We were told that they were going to be aired this week, so we've all been tuning in, glued to our screens, waiting for them.
Who told you guys?
A certain actor from the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't want to name the person.
Well, that's not too official.
Okay.
I don't know that I would take that, but no, I'm sure it's true. I have no idea. I just apparently I'm not involved in it. Nobody came to me to ask me to do it.
Oh, okay. Well, it was nice talking to you, and we'll be talking on Twitter.
Yes, we will.
Thanks,
Have
Michelle.
a good night.
All right. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. 864, this is Blythe. Blythe Adams, go ahead.
Yes. I know Blythe. Hey, Blythe.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great.
Good. So you made it through the phone lines. Congratulations.
Well, no, it wasn't the phone. It was all of a sudden I just freaked out, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this one.
Oh, yes, you can. You're doing it right now.
Well, that's wonderful. I've been a fan about the same amount of time as Doug. Doug and I are about the same age, so I have watched since, though. But my favorite role for you is in Piranha.
Oh, my goodness.
Because that is my favorite movie, and when I was little and I saw it, and I recognized you right away, and I was like, Nikki Newman.
Yeah,
and I was very little when I watched it, but that is, one of my favorite movies. But my mom is a humongous Young and the Restless fan. She tapes it every single day, and my grandmother was also. And they don't believe that I get on blog talk shows and talk to the people that I tweet them. So this is a really awesome experience.
Well, you have to play the show back for them. Force them to hear you on the playback.
Uh-huh.
I have to believe you.
See, I don't have a question, though. I just wanted to say hi.
Okay, well, that's great. I'm glad you did. And we'll tweet soon.
Well, thank you so much, Bly. See, it wasn't that bad, was it? Nobody got hurt.
You're still alive.
You survived.
Well, Pam got hurt.
Huh?
Pam got hurt.
Well, that wasn't part of the show, though. Thanks, Bly. We'll talk to you soon.
Have a good night.
You too, hon.
Bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Let's see here. Moving on up. 410, area code 410. You're on with Melody. Go ahead.
Hi there, Melody.
Hello. Who's this?
Oh, my goodness. I can't believe I'm talking to you. I've been watching you since you started.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I started in 73, so I'm one of the older ones calling tonight.
Well,
my
I don't
question
know about
would be is, you've played the character for so long. Is it hard to leave Nikki on the set when you leave?
Not at all.
No? No?
Not at all.
Oh.
Well, who would want to be Nikki Newman?
Well,
I don't know of anyone.
You do that every day, so she's like a friend of yours or something, you know?
Well, I often say this. I would not be her friend in real life. I don't think she's a very good friend.
Oh, you don't like her, so
certainly not
you
where
just leave her
romance
there.
comes into it. You know, she doesn't really learn a whole lot in that area as long as.
Yeah, we do get frustrated with her. That's for sure.
Yes, and you know, she loves him. I'm sure we all know somebody in real life who is like that, and I don't think the writers are trying to say that that's a good thing. It's just simply what her circumstance is, and so I can buy that and I can play that for as long as it exists because I accept it and I understand it.
Yeah, I was just wondering what it felt like to you walk in and you become Nikki, and then how do you just leave her there and go off into your life? But I guess
you have to. You have to.
Oh yeah. I'm sure. So we love watching you with Victor, of course, and we're rooting for you and Victor all the way.
Goodness.
So what's it like playing with him? He just seems like he is who he is, off set and on set.
Not really.
No.
He is a lot of fun.
Huh?
We have
well, I've seen him on the talk, and he seems very gentle when he's talking about his grandchildren, etc.
Oh, yes, he adores his grandchildren.
Yeah, I could tell
that. Don't we all?
So, well, I won't take any more of your time. I just, decided I need to talk to Melody if I can do that. So it was very nice talking with you.
Fantastic.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, hon. All right. Got a couple more to go here. 515, you're on with Melody. Go ahead.
Wait, what's the name? What's the name?
Oh, sorry.
Hello?
Yeah, you're on.
Am I on?
You are on. State your name.
Oh, okay. Hi, Melody. My name is Joan, and I have watched you pretty much since the beginning. We're just barely a few years apart, and I just think you do a wonderful job as Nikki. But I understand you have grandchildren. Is that right?
We do. We have a boy and a girl, grand twins.
And how do you love being a grandma? Because I am a grandma also, and I just think, everybody's like, oh, you're too young to be a grandma. And I'm like, no, I just think it's the most amazing thing in the world.
Oh, it is, because you can love on them and spoil them, and then when they get unruly, back to mom.
Exactly. That's the way I feel. And like to my daughter, it's like, okay, honey, it's time for you to come get him now. He's getting a little ornery.
Exactly. We get all the fun and they get all the work, but that's just the way it goes, because we had to do all that work with them many years ago.
Exactly. That's the way it should be, isn't it?
Fair play.
And then just as far as your character, I did have a question. What was it like working with Sean Kanan? Because as much as he was so mean and dirty and underhanded to you, in the story, I just loved your guys' chemistry.
He's wonderful. I think he is such a talented actor. He comes in prepared, and he has thought about every possible angle that the scene could have. And he's very, very committed and just so talented. And those eyes, How about those blue eyes?
Yes.
Those blue eyes.
Oh, my gosh, and that smile.
Mesmerizing. I still hold out hope that he's coming back to Y&R.
I kind of do too, because okay, most people aren't going to like me for saying this, but I'm getting a little tired of you and Victor getting together and breaking up and getting together and breaking up. And I just think you deserve someone different. And even though he was so underhanded, I just really saw that chemistry, on the show between you two. And I wouldn't mind you guys having something long term.
Well, that would be great. I would love it. Why don't you write a letter and you suggest it?
Okay, I will.
There we go.
I will. Doug will know where I can send it, so I will ask him.
Okay. I'll take care of you.
Okay.
Well,
thank you so much
calling.
for your time. I won't keep you. You have more, but I just love you, and thank you so much for talking to me, Melody.
Oh, of course. Thank you. We'll talk later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
I'm not sure if you watch Bold and Beautiful, but your ex-husband, Don, who plays now Bill Spencer over there, he just got Deacon out of jail from Genoa City, and he took him and flew him to, Bill took Deacon to Italy, where his daughter Hope with Brooke is getting married. So Deacon, and then dropped him off in the middle of the United States somewhere for him to start his life all over and gave him a bunch of money. So he could
pop up anytime.
He could pop up now. So he could just pop up, and I would like that a lot, because you guys had some chemistry, little cougar action there, a little young guy, but he didn't get to stay on Bold and Beautiful very long, and I really wanted him to reunite with his daughter, because he hasn't seen his daughter from little kid.
So he's off D&D right now? That's over already?
Yeah, he was only on for like 9 or 10 episodes.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, I know they love him over there. Everybody who's worked with him love him. So I'm going to hold on to the thought that he's coming back.
Yeah, well, he's free. He's out there in the middle of nowhere. So maybe he's coming back to get you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because Victor don't like him at all, and I love when Victor gets all up.
Well, Victor doesn't like any other man. Since Nikki's hanging out with Jack, he hates Jack more than he ever did. It's this whole jealousy male-female thing.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever be as good, in his opinion.
Of course not. And as a viewer, and you just get so frustrated with Victor, because and you get frustrated with Nikki too, because she keeps going back, because I missed the Nikki that went and opened up that spa. I can't remember, it was like 3 initials, and you had your own business, and it was separated from Victor, and Nikki was businesswoman and strong, and then of course it all crumbled, and then she became alcoholic again, which you did that perfectly. I mean, by God, you do those scenes so wonderfully. I mean, there's Emmy material right there just in those scenes. You just are fantastic when it comes to that. But luckily, she's been off the bottle, since the Diane murder, and hopefully she don't go back there. But one thing I want to say before we close is you don't see Nikki's family, and especially Casey. So where's Casey at?
Poor Nikki, she has no family. I would love to have Roberta Layton back as Nikki for Casey. Would love it. But I don't know. I don't even know if she's in the business anymore. I haven't heard anything about what she's doing. Nobody has spotted her anywhere. So I don't know what she's up to these days. But I'd love to have her back.
Yeah, I think the last time, it's been a while that she was on there, but the last time she was on, I think she was dealing with cancer. The character was dealing with cancer, I think. I may be wrong. And
I think right.
Okay. And it would just be nice to see, Dr. Reed come back.
Absolutely.
I agree. Because Nikki can't do all this alone. Poor Catherine's busy with Tucker and all this stuff going on over there. She needs someone to hold on to and comfort her for, to be able to talk to about Victor or, Jack.
I think Nikki needs a good psychiatrist.
Yeah.
A male psychiatrist to make it interesting. Hey, that's good. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah, write that down. Write that down. We have Laura.
No more gynos, but we do need psychiatrists.
No, we can do a shrink. That'll be all right.
Yeah. We talked to Laura Liesel.
Really quickly. You guys know Michael Kwan? Or no? You don't know Michael Kwan? Well, anyway, forget it. I'll tell you next time. Go ahead.
Oh. Well, tell us in case somebody listening knows who it is.
No, I ran into him at the book signing that we did at the Grove, and I've always been a fan of his. And he's gorgeous. He's a very handsome silver fox. And when I saw him, my little brain just clicked, and I thought, ooh, he would be so good on Y&R as, another intruder that would piss Victor off. And so I just think that would be so wonderful. I would love to have him on the show, and if I get a chance, I'm going to whisper it into certain people's ears. So if you guys like that idea, you send letters too.
Okay.
What
well,
was his name? Michael Fromm?
Michael Swan.
Yeah, he was Duncan on As the World Turns.
Correct. For many, many years.
Yep. And then he played Adam Alexander on D&D.
He looks amazing. I don't know how old he is, but he would be perfect to step into this triangle. So it's just a little thought. Just an idea.
Yeah. One person that's in the chat room named Jen. She has been in here listening to you from New Zealand. She can't call in, but she wants to say hello to you. So she goes by Girl from Far Away. So she's listening in right now.
Well, hello, Jen. So she's not getting
under.
on. We're just saying hi and bye. Oh.
Yeah. Well, she's in the chat room listening to you through the whole show.
Okay.
But she's so far away, and it's tomorrow already over there.
Right. I know. Time to go to bed.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Have a drink or something.
Yeah, really. What I was going to say before was I saw a lot of pictures of you over the weekend at the book signing for Bill Bell's book, and
you did?
Pam and I. Yeah. I had I'm sure you'll remember the fan. He was about 6'7", red hair, skinny. Yeah, his name is he goes by Garbage Fan.
He's Garbage Fan.
Yeah, Garbage Fan 98.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay,
he was
perfect.
At the Emmys too.
Yeah. He posted pictures of in line and pictures, and I saw everybody that was there, and Michael Maloney.
I missed it.
And you looked fabulous, of course. And but anyway, Pam and I are going to have Michael Maloney on in a few weeks, and we just today got our books today, so we're going to read the book and get prepared. Have you read the book yet?
Oh yes.
It's
a quick read. I enjoyed every minute of it. You'll like it. You will really like it.
Okay. Good.
We're waiting for Jeannie Cooper's book too, and your book.
Right. Well, I'm going to put mine on hold because I just don't have time to do it right now, and I'm waiting for certain things to fall into place. So it's just on the shelf for now, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, it'll be a wonderful read though once it is prepared. Well,
I don't know if it'll be wonderful. It will be very shocking.
Oh, I like shocking and scandalous.
Well, that's even better, yeah.
Actually, Nelson Bronco today tweeted and said there's some bombshells in Jeannie Cooper's book, so I'm ready to get that page turner going.
Really? I had heard that there weren't any.
Yeah.
Well, we'll all see. We'll see what's a bombshell. We'll decide.
Yeah, right. Yeah, everybody has a different meaning to bombshell, but well, I just want to tell you thank you so much for for coming on our show tonight. It took 6 months, but it was worth it.
It took so long to organize this, and I'm so glad we finally did it. And let's let a few months go by and do it again.
Yeah, definitely. Pam, do you want to add something? You didn't get a really chance to talk tonight. Sorry.
That's okay. And I always call her Lucy, and I say I'm Ethel, and I know other people do the same thing on there, but I feel like I'm your Ethel sometimes. So
I have a lot of Ethels. You are very welcome.
I know. Well, there can only be one Lucy, so.
But you know what? I probably would make a better Ethel, which would not insult me at all, because I think she was brilliant. Vivian Vance was so talented.
Oh, she was.
And,
definitely was.
Yeah, I almost would rather be Ethel than Lucy.
But I do enjoy tweeting with you about that and everything else, and I love how friendly and down-to-earth you are and honest and funny and everything else, and thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Well, aren't you sweet? Thank you. Yeah, I had a blast. Really fun.
Well, thank you so much, and we will let you go and give Ed our love, and we will talk to you on Twitter, of course.
Okay.
And how's he doing, by the way? Is he doing better?
Completely recovered. Much better. 110%.
Perfect.
He's doing great.
Perfect. So it helps to have a beautiful wife around that loves and supports them.
Oh, well. I don't think that was it.
Well, I was trying to be comforting there. Well, anyway, have a great weekend, and we will talk to you very soon. Oh, actually, we're having your ex-granddaughter on the show. Cameron Grimes is joining us in a couple weeks as well. We're working on the 17th.
I'll check your schedule. I definitely
I'm going to try to see if we can get Sharon and Josh to call in as a surprise.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're available, I would love to have a little family reunion. So that's a little hush-hush. But now I just told it to all these thousands of people that are listening. So nobody tell. I want it to be a surprise. But it'd be nice to have a little
you might want to
reunion.
whisper in Josh's ear, because we can get a hold of Sharon really easily, but Josh is another story. So if
he is.
If he'd like to, I mean, it's not a big deal, but if he'd like to say hi to her, that would be great.
If I even see him, we go for weeks, sometimes months without seeing him.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because if they're in the morning and you're not into the afternoon, you never cross paths. So, if I run into him, I will tell him for sure.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and you have a great weekend. We'll talk to you very soon. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Oh, what a great show. It was worth the wait, that's for sure.
You said it.
I was so nervous at the beginning because of my internet problems. Oh, God, I love the internet. But anyway, the internet's back, and I've been able to watch the chat room this whole time. So anyway, thank you for tuning in tonight to Melody Thomas Scott. You can catch the replay as soon as we hang up. Also follow our sister show that's starting up called The Tribute Series. At Tribute Series is the Twitter name, and our website is full of all kinds of goodies for you already. And then that is thetributeseries.net. Make sure you put the in front, and it's the .net, so it's thetributeseries.net. We've got Ken Kirchhoff coming on next Thursday, the 12th, and then we have Seth Peterson from Burn Notice on the 23rd. But Young Restless fans, don't go anywhere, because we got a great lineup still left for next week. We have 6 shows in a row. 6 shows in a row. Because of the rescheduling last night, we have literally Monday through Saturday. So Monday we have Alicia Minshew from, oh my gosh,
All My Children.
All My Children, Kendall Hart. And then Tuesday we have the rescheduled Eileen Kristen from One Life to Live, who played Roxy. Wednesday we have Maura West, and we have 3 surprise guests that's joining us to be a family reunion for As the World Turns fans. So don't miss it. I can't tell you who they are, but just join in if you were an As the World Turns fan, or if you were a Diane fan when she played Diane. Thursday is our debut episode of the Tribute Series with Ken Kirchhoff. Friday is George Guzman and Patty Denny from Hair and Makeup of The Young and the Restless. Daytime Emmy Award winning. I have to make sure that they know that I mean both of them, because my tweet sounded was just George, and I know they're both Daytime Emmy Award winning. So that's amazing. We're going to be able to chat with them and get a little inside scoop behind the scenes with that. We've been trying to schedule that for 6 months as well, and we finally got that. So that'll be Friday the 13th, and then Saturday, our first ever Saturday show, Saturday the 14th, next Saturday, is Victoria Rao, who played Drusilla Winters on Young and the Restless. So we have a full booked week next week. And then the following week we have Kate Linder, who plays Esther on Young and the Restless, Esther Valentine, Chloe's mom. And that's it for that week. And then the following week we have Seth Peterson. And then the 31st, we have Tina Sloan, who played Lillian Raines on Guiding Light. And we're working on getting Beth Chamberlain to join us, which would played her daughter, Beth Raines. So we got a lot of great stuff coming up for you. So if you missed any of our if you missed any of our shows, you can always go to thesoapseries.com. On the left-hand side, there's an archive list of all the people we've talked to this year. Today is our 6-month anniversary, so what better way to spend it than with Melody Thomas Scott, our first interview. And our first interview was Tracy Bregman. So 6 months later, and actually Tracy's been here twice since then. So yeah. So 6 months down, 6 months to go, and we'll be done with the year. I can't believe the year is halfway over already. It's just crazy. It's already July. It's just amazing.
Anthony's asking about Cameron Grimes. Did you say the 17th?
That's the date that we're working with, is the 17th. So once we get that all worked out, then I'm going to work with getting some surprise callers. Plus, she was in Magic Mike, and hello, I want to know what it was like to work with Channing Tatum.
She was in Magic Mike?
She was the girl at the beginning. Oh, have you seen it? I'm sorry.
Well, I haven't seen it.
Oh, she's in the first like 10, 15, well, about the first 10 minutes for the first like the intro. She's the girl, and her she just turned 21, and she gets a nice little lap dance from Channing.
Oh my God, I can't imagine her being little Kathy.
I know.
Doing
I know. Yeah, Magic Mike was a great show. Oh my God, I can't wait to take. Once my mom's well enough, I want to go take her to see it just so I can see it again. It was just so much fun. I mean, it's got a good plot too, but forget the plot. Anyway, so yeah, it's yeah, Anthony. She was the girl at the beginning that the character of Adam, Channing said, "Hey, go over there and get that girl." That's the girl that she's talking. That's Kathy all grown up. So, yeah, Alex
I have to see that for sure. I mean, I can't imagine. I can't.
Yeah, she's in it for the first. And what's interesting is she was in it the first 10 minutes, and then the last half of the show, Lisa Marie Presley's daughter plays in it. Her name is Riley Keough, I think it is, and she looks just like, or the way around, Daisy, Yvonne Zima from Young and Restless. So it was bizarre. I thought, oh my God, I didn't know it was Lisa Marie's daughter, but now that I put the two together. Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, Cameron Grimes, and no wonder Daisy's dead. She's over here getting humped by Channing. So, but yeah, definitely go check that movie out. Well, since I'm doing movie recommendations, I also saw last week. I saw Prometheus. I suggest if you love sci-fi films and the movie Alien, to check that out. And then the other movie I saw, I don't remember right now. So I saw Medea's Witness Protection.
Oh, so, I need to see that too.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Okay, well, make sure you follow us at the Soap Series and at Tribute Series to get all the latest information. And we have a lot of great stuff coming up. So have a great weekend, and we will talk to you Monday. So all my children fans, tune in Monday for Kendall Hart. So bye. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed now.
That's where I'm going. Have a good night, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next week. Have a good weekend, and God bless.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Blog Talk Radio, where millions of hosts and listeners gather. Blog Talk Radio, the world's largest online radio network.
And hello, and welcome to the Soap Series. I'm your host, Doug, and tonight I have Mrs. Edward Scissorhands joining me. Pam, how are you, Pam? I hear you had
wondering what you were going to call me tonight.
Well, I know you fell on some scissors, so tell us about that before we bring Melody on. What happened?
I went to go hand them to my daughter, and my knee gave out at the same time, and I went down and just caught it right, and the point went right underneath my thumb where the joint is. And I took it out, and blood was squirting everywhere, and it almost went through to the other side, but it missed the bone. The only thing we're worried about is nerve damage. So I got a couple stitches and all the good stuff. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was our first time we ever canceled a show, but I just didn't want you to be didn't want you to miss out on the chance, so we rescheduled her. Anyway, this has been 7 months in the making, and we have the beautiful, talented, amazing Melody with us tonight. Welcome, Melody.
Hi, guys. Thank you.
How are you?
Oh, just fine. Puttering around. We're dark this week, so it's very nice to not have to get up early and just lounge.
Yeah. So have you been seeing your twins?
You know what? I am in my jammies. Not the jammies I woke up in. I did change my jammies, but they are jammies indeed. How did you know, Pam? That's what we all want to do when we don't have to leave our house, right?
Exactly. Have you spent any time with your twins this week?
Oh, yes. They're both walking. They're both glorious and heavenly. They're coming over to swim tomorrow. We got on 4th of July, and they just love it. They love all these new people doting on them, and especially Charlotte. Oh, boy, trouble ahead.
That's
she
great.
Is a flirt.
Is she a poser for the camera?
Yes, you could say that, and she likes to wave at people, but she's very fussy about who she likes. These kids, the minute she was born, I say absolutely made all the difference. So I'll never forget that.
Yeah. It can be a powerful thing. We had on we had Michael Damian on earlier in the year, and we were talking about the power of Twitter, and then all the people on Twitter have wanted him back, and he got to come back not too long ago for a short arc, and it was
is that
the powers
right?
that be.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we wanted him back, and also we've been tweeting a lot about this upcoming storyline about Phyllis paying the price for running over a cricket back in the day, and that storyline is coming up to fruition 18 years later.
Yeah.
So I do believe that the people out there, do listen to us fans, whether it be through our shows or our Twitter or Facebook and emails and phone calls. I do believe we have a voice.
It's a great way to know what the fans are thinking about certain storylines, and more so than they used to do these studies, or maybe they would send a fan letter to the office at the studio. It's not the same. When you actually have the tweets right there, it somehow makes it much more powerful information. So I hope that our writers and producers are checking in with that from time to time, because it's invaluable information.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that we could write some great stories. I'm sure you hear lots of stories that they would the fans like to do for Nikki, and I see it on Twitter all the time, all these great ideas. I'm like, God, I hope the writers catch breeze of this, because this is a brilliant idea.
Well, I haven't heard about those. What are the storylines that they want to see?
Just various ones from stuff that's going on currently, or stuff that they should have done, and it's just like how they can bring certain people back. I mean, they're just soap fans, and not only loyal fans, but they're very creative fans.
Yes,
and
they
come up with. Yes. We will follow you wherever you go, whether it be from soap to soap or wherever you are. We follow the talent wherever they go. Like Eileen's going over to Days of Our Lives, so of course Eileen fans are going to follow her back over to Days and see how she.
But I'm good. We got to watch out for the girl, because the girl is mischief. Already, I can see it on her face, and she's proving me right. But I adore both.
That is awesome. Yeah, I'm so proud of you with Twitter. You've, from when you joined late last year to now, you've just become a pro at this.
Well, I don't know about that, but I am doing better. I just realized today it's really been a year, a little bit more than a year, I think, that I started tweeting, and I'm like 100 followers away to 25,000, and I thought,
that's awesome.
Man, in a year to go from 0 to 25,000, it's very exciting, and it's fun. I love it. I love meeting new people, and I know their lives. I know what they do, and they know everything about me, and it's just crazy. I love it.
Do your eyes roll in your head sometimes when it's going by with so many tweets? I said, do your eyes roll in your head sometimes when the tweets are going by fast?
Well, I just try to type as fast as I can, as I'm determined to respond to everybody. But if you have like 50, 60 coming in at the same time, you're just racing, trying to get up to the top, and then there's always more coming in. and then, of course, I get in Twitter jail a lot because I'm typing too fast, and so they think that it's spam or something. I don't know what they think. So
I think I've seen you there with me a couple times. We've been cellmates.
Yeah. Jailbird.
Nobody feeds us there, though. It's lonely.
Well, we'll have some fun in there. We can come up with trouble to get into.
But your fans must be. We all want to give you a big love and shout out back to you to tell you thank you for just interacting with us. There's a lot of people who on Twitter, that don't do it or don't have the time to, and you take the time to reach out and respond to your fans, and that's awesome. I mean, that's really what it's for.
It's so much fun, and I never forget the fact that without them all, I wouldn't have a job. Because the whole thing started last year when all that weirdness happened, and so many of you supported me and rallied around me, and they happy for her, but for the sake of our show, what a horrible.
I know. Yeah, I know.
We couldn't agree more.
I mean, all of our mouths were hanging open when we heard the news. We go, what?
Yeah.
I mean, if you had to whittle down our cast to just 10 actors, she would be on that list. I mean, she's very important to the show. So,
exactly.
But on the other hand, we don't know what's in their brains for down the line. Maybe she's going to do something on B&B and then come back to Y&R and bring some other stories with her. So we don't really know enough to criticize, but I'll just miss her, and I know how much she brings to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think fans are necessarily criticizing. I think it's just that they're going to miss her, too.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so now, poor little Jack Abbott, he's living all alone in that house. All the people are gone. Mamie's gone. Ashley's gone. All the other kids are gone. So there he is.
Nikki's going to have to move in there then.
All alone. Well, could be.
Yeah, could be. But
They're not
always
getting anything out of me tonight, Douglas.
No. We never do. We never ask that. But we can just tell you what we would like to do. But
our wish list.
It would be nice to wish list. We fans have wish lists for sure. But it would be nice to see Nikki with Jack a little bit longer before running back to the mustache again.
Well, now we don't know that any of that's going to happen, so I have no comment.
Right. And we don't want you to comment on that.
I really don't know what's going to happen except, well, we've been down this week, and then the next 2 weeks I took a personal vacation, so I won't be going back to work until the 24th, I think, of July. So that's 3 weeks, actually, that I'm not going to be on your screen. So that means that I have no idea what's going to be happening, except I was told when I come back from my vacation that I will be working a whole lot. So I let him for that, and whatever it is, we'll go for it.
Yes, you have been on fire since you were brought back, and you have just knocked everything out of the ballpark with all the different things that you've been involved with. We've had on almost your whole family on the show. We actually had your ex-husband on. Sean Cannon was Sean Cannon was on. Yeah, he was on a few weeks ago before the Bill Bell book signing that was in L.A. And and then we had your lovely ex-daughter-in-law, or actually, Victor's new girlfriend, Sharon Case. She was on the show. She was wonderful. So we're making our way through the Newman clan, and we've done really well. I mean, I last talked to you on Novelle's show in January when you were on Buzz's show.
I remember that.
And at that time, I had a different co-host at the time. Her name was Joyce, and we were going to just do a weekly show where fans go and just gather together and show that soap fans mean business, and and just have a place to voice your opinions, whether it be in the chat room or call in and talk about it. Well, then I kind of thought, well, let me see if I can help make some dreams come true, and let me just invite some people and see if it'll work. And my first guest was actually 6 months ago tonight, and it was Tracy Bregman.
Is that right? 6 months.
Yep.
Exactly.
6 months ago, it was Tracy Bregman. She was first, and then the first month we had Michael Damian and Michelle Stafford also. And then all those invites that we got, they started to come back to us, and now we've been booked 4 to 5 nights a week for the last 5 of those 6 months.
And congratulations to you. I mean, it is not easy to get a show like this off the ground, and you have done it seamlessly. It's really amazing. You've done a wonderful job.
I appreciate it, so when I brought it up to when Joyce had to leave, I was like, well, I'd like to have somebody else on the show that knows the ABC and NBC soaps as well, because I grew up I'm a CBS baby.
Right.
So I found Pam, who works really hard to help save the soaps, and she lost 2 of her soaps on ABC earlier in the year and last year, and so we've come together, and we're showing that soaps do matter, and even if we don't make a dent in the genre, we're trying our best to help save the genre and show that it's important, and give a few minutes to the fans at the end of the show every time to be able to call